Hi everyone, and welcome to this very special episode of Sealed for Good, where we'll be celebrating our 6,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel. And just a really big thank you to all of you that have been watching over the years, subscribers and supporters. We really appreciate it, and none of this could have been possible without you, but also couldn't have been possible without this gentleman sitting next to me right now, which is Phil Scardino, which we've had the privilege of having on another episode. So again, it's a fantastic incentive, this YouTube channel. We get a lot of questions, a lot of inquiries, and it's just, getting used across the country in different trade schools. And it's really just a phenomenal as far as, talking about waterproofing in the Australian landscape. So what was the motivation behind the whole YouTube channel and that approach?
Well, firstly, Sheeny, well done to you and the team. That's pretty good, 6,000 subscribers. That's a fantastic effort. I remember we were trying to get 6 subscribers back in the day. But the motivation really was exactly what you mentioned. It was a way of educating the market, using it as a platform to train and highlight obviously Gripset products, but more about industry issues. And I can't even remember what we were doing back then. It's been that long ago, but the fact that you guys have continued on, and I got to wear a Gripset t-shirt in this episode and feel part of the team is great. So yeah, it was incredible how we saw a lot of the trainers using it. And I remember once at an airport, a guy came up to me and said, "You're the guy on the waterproofing videos." And actually, I won't mention the company, but he was a chemist at one of the other manufacturers, and said that's the only training I get for waterproofing. So that was, that sort of reminded me of how responsible the program was in terms of not just plugging Gripset, but industry issues that people wanted to hear about.
Yeah, no, so we've definitely covered a wide range of topics over the years, and I even remember, some of them being a bit controversial as far as, no other manufacturer really sticking their neck out to discuss these things, always trying to keep it within, application and product. And I think that's why a lot of the viewers really resonated with that channel, is because you were just speaking, what the truth was, or through the experience of a manufacturer and the issues that you'd come across, and ways to not become a statistic, really.
And I think when you bring them up in the open and you talk about them in the industry, then it starts a discussion, and it was never about being critical. It was more about exposing what the discussions were on building sites, with architects, with builders, with applicators, and resellers. And I think, there's been progress from that. And it was more about, back then as probably a small Australian-made manufacturing company, it was an opportunity to highlight and spotlight what Gripset's capabilities were and the innovations that we had. But I always invited discussions with other brands. I remember talking about tile adhesives from other manufacturers that we never made at the time, and it was really to even shine the light on them, because it's an industry. This is a problem-solving industry where you've got to try and find those solutions to issues that are out there daily, and one manufacturer's got all the solutions. So that was the opportunity to talk about that and get involved. And like I said, it's incredible how you've got so many episodes and continued on, and 6,000. I'm pretty sure there wouldn't be too many shows around the world that would have that many subscribers. So well done to you and the team again.
Yeah, no, cheers. So I suppose one of the questions I want to ask you is there sort of a standout moment when you did the Sealed for Good, like somebody reaching out, or when you started to realise it was making an impact in the industry, in the broader industry?
Look, I think when we had phone calls coming through, and like I said, when people would come up to me, I remember another time I was having a coffee in the street with my accountant, and this guy walked past, and my accountant actually thought I'd set him up, because this guy said, "You're that guy on the videos." So that part I think was reinforcing the popularity of it. But what really blew me away was when we started to do those live shows. Back then, the marketing team wanted to go live with the Instagram lives, Facebook lives, and the YouTube lives. And I remember how many comments and people engaging, and people sort of messaged me the day after, or the company and the business, about the topic we discussed, and I was surprised that at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, people were hanging around to talk about the issues that they were confronting with, and we literally had hundreds.
Yep.
Which that to me reinforced that this was all part of the Seal for Good show.
Yeah. No. Well, I could definitely.
I think that's how we met you.
Well, yeah. I used to watch those shows. I used to get on live. I remember a couple of times pulling over on the side of the road. When driving the van around when I was still on the tools. And
I'm glad you didn't do it while you were
I'd pull over and jump on. And the thing for me again was really you were making yourself accessible to the end user. Here we have the CEO of the company, and he's putting your time aside to field the questions directly from the end user, which was really kind of refreshing at the time as a contractor. And like I mentioned before, like the influence that it's had, I go around the country doing the GAPP training, and all the trade schools, they recognize our brand, they recognize our YouTube videos. Many of them use them as a learning aid and a resource.
Good.
We'll be hearing from some of those guys shortly as well. And it's just, like I said, phenomenal.
Well done.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
All right, I'm Chris Barnes from, many hats. Today I'm wearing the Polytechnic shirt, so I'm a trainer out at Melbourne Polytechnic. I also am a committee member in the AIW, and I'm also a waterproofing contractor. I just want to talk about Gripset in terms of their GAPP training and their Seal for Good videos, and how we use them predominantly as a training tool. I think they're pretty good, and we use it for students in training environment. Those videos really do highlight the correct way to do things, and we use them to show some of the pitfalls associated with waterproofing.
I'm Stephen Grecom from Melbourne Polytechnic. I am one of the trainers who deliver the Cert 3 in construction waterproofing. I've been in the industry for 20 years. Previously did bathroom renovations, which is where I kind of got involved in waterproofing. In terms of the Seal for Good videos, I use them a lot as a trainer. They're very useful because as a trainer you're trying to engage with students and actually show them real world applications of membranes. It's very difficult because there's not a lot of manufacturers who actually put videos out in that education space, but fortunately Gripset have done that. So in the classroom it's awesome to be able to actually get a video, show an application of something like the 38FC, show students how the actual components of the system come together. Often you get students who don't actually know how these systems are meant to be installed, so giving them a visual in the form of a video is very, very helpful. So for me, I'd like to see more Seal for Good. I'm always looking for the Seal for Good videos, whether it be for internal, external, or any other type of waterproofing application.
Thank you everyone that has watched over the years and subscribed once again. And we hope that you've enjoyed this episode and a bit of an insight into the Seal for Good channel. And we hope that you guys can join us next time, and keep subscribing, keep watching, and happy waterproofing.